Yeah, I'd like you to put me through to finances, please.
Just a second, sir. Hello?
Hello?
Say that again, who is in chat, please?
Finances, please.
Finance service.
What did you say your name was? Tom?
Tom, yeah.
Do you have a surname, Tom? Say it again? Yeah, good morning, Mr. My name's Michael Summers. For quite some time now, your council has actually been in breach of the 1992 Social Security Act in stealing my benefits. Now, I spoke to one of your managers at the council tax office only yesterday, and it was acknowledged that the criminal cartel, which we know as Nottingham City Council, have been wrongly taking my money because I'm exempt from council tax. Now, the manager at the council tax office told me yesterday my money was going to be reimbursed, a sum of £105, right? Well, I've just checked my... it's £105 and some pence now. This was told to me yesterday. Now, as you've been stealing my money, right, that I need to live on, right, I require immediate reimbursement. Now, I was told that it was done yesterday. I've checked with my bank this morning and it's not there. So are you going to continue withholding my money that I'm legally entitled to? Yes, it's Michael Summers. But Summers, like the season, with an S on the end.
Okay, I see.
Oh yes, you know who I am.
I don't. I mean, I'm trying to find you on the system, but I've not dealt with you all before.
Well, you could ask the selected leader of the council who I am. He knows me quite well.
Okay. Just have a look here. We've got something that was paid on the 17th of October. Have you got it without specific amount or invoice? Without payment reference. Sorry.
Well, maybe you need to speak to your Mr. Harris at the council tax office.
Mr. Harris?
Yes, Richard Harris.
Richard Harris?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I want my money by the end of banking today. right? You've stole my money for long enough, right? And it's time now that this matter was redressed, and you gave me an immediate reimbursement.
Okay, I'll see what I can do, Michael.
Well, could you put me on hold while you contact him, please?
Sorry?
I'm happy to go on hold whilst you telephone Mr. Harris.
Yeah, okay, I'll pop you on hold and I'll contact Richard.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Now, why are you exempt from council tax?
I'm exempt for medical reasons. Those medical reasons are, they've been brought about by actions that happened to me as a child by the criminal cartel that were known then as the Nottingham City Corporation, and they're now known as Nottingham City Council.
So, even though you're on benefits as such, you still, and the city cartel, they've tried to make sure everyone has to pay, even if you're on benefits, but you're exempt from that.
Yes.
And you've got that for definite.
Yeah, yes.
And they've still been stealing from you.
Yes. Well, they don't even have a conscience. I mean, you know everything else what they've done around just the child abuse cover-ups, but they cover all this up as well. And as you're very much aware, because you enlightened me,
Yep.
the 1992 Social Security Act says that they shouldn't be taking my money.
Yep.
So the next step, after we get this admission that they have been stealing our money, I think we need to take up the DWP.
Well, yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's a criminal offence what they've done there.
Yeah.
They're having a few problems with administration. Remember, they're actually using names, but those names should allow you to pay your bills, or should we call it their bills? You have to finish the administration system out. It's a shame really, because they don't deal with humans.
No, well, I don't particularly think that the people we know as the criminal cartel, I don't really think that they're human anyway, because, hang on, I thought we got a response. I mean, who would want to hide a paedophile? I mean,
Well, obviously, another paedophile.
well, it raises the question.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, I'm just trying calling Richard's number. I can't get through to him. I think he might be in a meeting or something like this currently. His phone's unavailable.
No, there seems to be very much a convenience to the criminal cartel. Yes, you do. You know what I'm talking about. Like, council tax is not only illegal, but it's also criminal that you've been stealing my money, right?
Yeah, I apologise on behalf of the council, sir, but I'm not stealing your money.
Well, your council have been, you call them, are not a council, they're a criminal cartel. Now, only a criminal would steal somebody's money. So, you're obviously criminals.
Okay, I just want to resolve this issue for you, Richard.
No, my name's Mickey, short for Michael.
I'm sorry, I do apologise. So I've got Richard Harris's details up in front of me. That's what I'm looking at. Sorry, Mickey. I want to resolve this for you. Now, what I can do is I can log in, send Richard an email to contact you immediately as soon as he gets an email, and to try him again later as well. And then if I can take your contact details, I'll give you a call later for an update.
Well, Mr. Harris has got my telephone numbers, and as such, I mean, this is going to go way beyond here, because I'm involved with other high-profile stuff concerning the criminal cartel, and this is actually going to go into a major inquiry as a part of the cartel's continued abuse of me. So, I mean, I really don't want to get you implicated in this, because you sound like a decent chap.
We want to solve this issue, Mickey. We don't want you to be out of pocket. We want you to have what's rightfully yours.
Well, if you didn't want me to be out of pocket, I mean, why have you been stealing my money?
That's not something I can personally answer, because I work with facilitating So I've not been taking any payments. I'm unaware as to why any payments would have been taken. The conversation that was happening with the Department of Council Tax. Going forward, I want to get your reimbursement processed as swiftly and as smoothly as possible.
Can I give you a call back, say, later this afternoon, say about 3:30?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
And once again, what is your name?
My name's Tom.
And you're the only Tom in finances, are you?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, Tom.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much for your assistance so far. Let's hope we can get a solution by about, let's say, 3 o'clock. Will I call you back?
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay, Tom. Well, you have a most wonderful day, and thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you, Ricky. I'll get in contact with Richard. I'll keep on reading him out and you email to contact you as soon as possible as well, okay?
Thank you very much, sir, and you have a wonderful day once again. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Right, so what's his story going on then?
Well, we know that they've been stealing my money, but they don't want to pay it back yet, because had that man done what he promised to do yesterday, put it straight over to finances to give me back the money they stole. But now that we've got an admission that they've been stealing my money, maybe the other half of the cartel need to know that Nottinghamshire police.
Well, at the end of the day, nothing happens without the executive body say so. So it's the executive body that's been stealing your money.
Yeah. And we know what the executive body are all about.
No, they're just...
There's a lot.
They're worse than criminals. They're worse than mafia, because at least mafia's got a code to go by where they don't cross each other. These scumbags, they cross everyone, and particularly everyone in Nottingham.
Yeah, well, it looks like their days are numbered now anyway. I mean, we have a major inquiry that's going to hopefully send a few to prison.
And that's all them on the executive branch.
Yeah, well, Johnny boy, I hope you're watching. Have a nice day, because I'll have all the information I need by the end of the day, and then we'll see where it goes. And all this is going into an inquiry.
Well, he'll definitely be watching because he follows me on Twitter.
They follow me on Facebook as well.
Have you got something to say about that?
Well, I've been blocked from going on Facebook for a few days. Apparently because I showed a letter that had a rapist's details on from the police. Apparently it breaches community standards. But I think that's really like some of the videos that you've had banned from YouTube.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't get anything banned.
you're banned anyway.
Oh, okay.
Right, so you're going to be setting up an alternate Facebook account?
Well, I can't really comment on that, can I? Because I won't be giving my true details, will I?
Or a backup Facebook account?
Well, Johnny boy, you're going to have to watch this space, aren't you? Have a nice day. Well, things did get moving after the phone call to Tom at the Finances Office at Nottingham City Council. It seems that the cartel operate with more than one bank account. They've said that the Finance Department will not be reimbursing my money. Apparently it has to be done by the Council Tax Office, via BACS BACS. And that to me tells me, have they got two bank accounts? One for their criminal activities, or one for paying out for public services? It certainly leaves a lot of questions that need answering. I think I better call this fellow Richard at the Council Tax Office, who said he was going to pay me. Let's see what he has to say.
Good afternoon, Council Tax.
Yes, is that Richard?
It is, yes.
It's Mr. Summers. As I told your colleague Tom,
Okay.
I was going to call you at 2:30 now.
Yes,
Not-
yes, you did let me know, yes.
Now-
Thank you for that.
Now, when you told me that my money that was stolen, right, by your cartel, right, because I never consented to you taking my money in the first place.
So, okay,
Please let me. Please.
You don't need your consent. But the money's being
But-
refunded to you, sir, so
Yeah.
I don't...
Well, let me explain. let me explain to you how BACS works, just in case you're unaware. As soon as you put that in the system, right, that will hit my bank account within an hour. Right now,
private firms who do a daily back system, unfortunately, because of the cost of the back system, we only do a weekly run, and it's done on a Tuesday night. So that's the reason why.
So there's no.
We can't afford to do a daily backs run, so that's why we have to do it on a
Right. So there's no reason.
It comes through on a Friday, so you'll get the money will be in your bank account by Friday.
Well, by Friday. Well, if you do a run on a Tuesday, and today being Tuesday, there's no reason why I can't have my money today.
It's not our processes, sir. It's the bank's processes. Because we're such a large organisation, and because it's the way the system works. That's the quickest it can be done, I'm afraid. We do it on a Tuesday night, and it should be in your bank account by the end of the week. At the latest. So it could well be in tomorrow, it could well be in Thursday, but it will definitely be in by Friday at the latest.
Right, the other thing is, I've got a question that I'd like you to answer. Why would you be wanting to issue a council tax order on a non-commercial dwelling?
Sorry, say that again, sorry.
Why would you want to be issuing a council tax order on a non-commercial dwelling?
You mean the liability order?
No, council tax.
Yes. How do you mean a non-commercial?
Well,
Council tax is a non-commercial debate. It's a domestic bill. It's not a commercial bill. It's a domestic bill.
Well,
So of course it's a non-commercial bill.
Well, just give me just 1 second, right? Because I'm just looking up something, right?
Sure.
The meaning of dwelling, this section has effect for determining what is a dwelling for the purposes subject to the following provisions of section A. A dwelling is any property which, by virtue of definition of hereditament in section 1151 of the M1 General Rate Act of 1967, would have been hereditament for the purpose of that act, and if that act remained in force, and it is not for the time being shown or required to be shown as a local, central, non-domestic rating list in force at the time. So that means commercial. Now, my property isn't commercial anyway, but I'd like an answer to that, aside from the fact that your office has known for a very long time that because of my medical issues, right, that I'm exempt. Now, this was ascertained a long time ago. Now, because of the abuses that I continue to have from your criminal cartel, I wasn't allowed to access services, so I wasn't able to deal with this from the time I got back in England. Now, I've been continually persecuted, and I see this as a continual persecution. You know, stealing.
No different from anyone else who's had a refund this week, sir. They get it at the end of the week. It's processed on the Tuesday through the back payment. It comes through by Friday. The payment will be with you by Friday. It's the same for everybody who we send a back refund to. We do one run a week on a Tuesday, and the payments are issued, and then the refunds are issued, and they should be with you by Friday. It's nothing personal, sir. This is the same for everybody who's had a refund this week. And we're talking hundreds of people each week have done this in this situation. So it's nothing personal against you.
Well, if I go over.
If nothing else, sir, I've gone out of my way to get this sorted straight away.
I'm not having a pop at you. I'm having a pop at your cartel that authorise these illegal payments to be taken out of my money.
Well, that's a different issue, sir, isn't it? I mean, you were taken to court for non-payment. Obviously, now your exemption's been granted. Those orders have now been withdrawn and cancelled, and all the costs incurred have been cancelled.
Well, what about?
And let me finish, Mr. Summers. So we've now established that you should have been entitled. Well, once we get the claim form through, we've now established that you were entitled to an exemption. So we've granted that exemption. We've withdrawn those liability orders and all the costs incurred, and anything that was taken out of your benefits, which was done legally because we have the court order to give us the authorisation to do that.
Well, can you
has now been refunded to you, sir. So,
well, what I would like then from you, if you say it was done via a court order, right, I would like a copy of that court order with a wetting signature.
No, that doesn't happen. We due to the fact that we do bulk liability audit runs, we don't need a court order with a wetting signature, sir. The legislation prescribes us we're allowed to do a printed signature. The list itself that we issue to the court to authorise us to send the summonses out are all authorised, and we have a certificate come back to say that list has been authorised for it to be sent out. So we're under no obligation to do any sort of wetting signature on any of our documents.
Well,
the legislation allows us to send it out on a bulk basis, which is what happens.
Well, that is actually unlawful because like, every individual case has a right to be heard as an individual
exactly,
case.
And it still does. It still does.
Well,
memory serves, sir, you
well,
attended court once. So
well,
I was there.
no,
So,
I would.
court has the right to be heard, and that is still correct.
Well,
but we issue the summonses on a bulk basis.
Well,
But we issue the summonses on a bulk basis.
well,
But we issue the summonses on a bulk basis.
I wasn't allowed to say a word. It was done like it was a kangaroo court. Right.
Sorry, I don't know how you want me to react.
So who is the person?
I was there. So.
Who is the person then that's the summonsee? The person who summons me. Who is the name of this person?
What do you mean, the person of the name of the person who summons you?
Well, who's the person that took me to court?
Who summons you?
Me to court.
Who summons you?
Me to court.
Who summons you?
Who's we?
Well, look, Nottingham City Council summons you. Nottingham City Council summons you. Nottingham City Council summons you with the authorisation of the courts. We applied to the court to issue a summons to you for non-payment of council tax. That was authorised by the courts and a summons was issued.
Well, no council could actually issue a summons. Only a court can.
No, I'm afraid that's not correct at all. The court will issue very few summonses. Because they authorise people to issue summonses. The courts actually don't issue summonses themselves. They give authorisation for other organisations to issue the summonses.
So why wasn't there a name on this so-called summons, right, and a date with a court letter?
The person from the court who authorised the issue of your summons signed it. Is the signature at the bottom of your summons.
Can you tell me why my name wasn't on a court list?
Because as I said, it's done on the bulk listings. The courts have a list, but they don't issue. With all due respect, we sometimes issue thousands of summonses.
Well,
This would be horrendous. So we don't issue it on the courts. We tell people which court they're due in, and the list is held by us and the court. So if you want to go in and be heard, all your details can still be heard.
Well, my view is it's not held by a court. It's a room in a building, and if it was a proper court, right? If you go to the county court, if you go to the magistrates court or the Crown Court, there's a court listing, right? And that is a requirement by law, right? I've had my collar felt.
No, in the case of bulk listings, but your details are on the list. They do have a record of which court you're due in. So that's irrelevant. You can't put the list just because your name's not on the list outside the court doesn't mean it's not correct and it's not legal. The court have a copy of the list and we have a copy of the list, so we can verify which court you're due to be in, and you have a right to be heard, and which you were, if memory serves. So,
What do you have to say about administrative courts being unlawful?
What do you mean administrative?
Well, it's the council that's running the court.
We're not running the court at all. We attend the court and we prosecute at the court, but the people sitting at the back of proper magistrates, there's a correct legal advisor employed by the courts there. They're all impartial parties. We don't run the courts at all. It's not just a room. We sit at the front and have to prosecute just like everyone else would have. Any lawyer or any solicitor would have to prosecute.
But
that's exactly what we do. We don't have any say on the court with regards to the magistrates. There's 3 magistrates who attend each hearing, and there's a legal advisor who attends each hearing. They're not employed by us. We have no control over them. They're there to make sure that everything's done legally.
But you must admit that it's an administrative court then.
No, it's not. The magistrates' court is a criminal court.
So why haven't I got a criminal conviction then?
Because you only get one of them if it goes to full committal action. that's the difference. We're pretty much we're a one-off sort of process, really. There isn't any other process.
Yes,
but it doesn't mean it's not legal.
no, but it's criminal.
We're quite unique with the fact that we're heard at the magistrates' court.
Well, the magistrates are meant to. The magistrates are meant to be like for applying justice in criminal matters.
Well, they do. They do as well.
But you're saying that like that I had a debt in the beginning, which is what a non-payment is. A non-payment is a debt. Now a debt would go to a county court.
No, yeah, and
which is a court of record.
Council tax and business rates collection is unique, but it's not. It's done through the magistrates' court. Central government authorised us, and the court have authorised us that we can apply through the magistrates' court for council tax liability audit. So yes, you are correct, but we are unique in that fact that we can use the magistrates' court,
yeah.
which is what we do.
Which is what we've.
It's legal. That's been ratified by the government, the courts, and the legal system in this country. So it's not. But it is a unique situation. I do appreciate that. But it is, council tax is unique in its own right. So that's the reason why.
Can I ask you a question about court costs? Because apparently you're not actually meant to ask for more than the minimum requirement of £3 for court costs.
Our court costs.
So you admit that it's your court?
Our court costs are the lowest in the country. There's no other authority that has court costs as low as ours do. We actually make a loss on the costs. We keep the costs low, so we don't make the situation worse.
But there's been a high court.
There are some courts in the country. There are some councils in the country that charge at least £145, £150 cost.
Well, there's actually been two.
There was a ruling last year that we had to specifically state and detail our costings, which we do now to the court, and we do now to anyone who attends court who wishes to see those costings.
Well,
so, yeah,
there's
so
been.
Our costs are the lowest.
So they are your costs, not court costs.
No, the costs. Those are costs which are the costs that the council incur to take people to court, which include costs that we have to pay to the court.
So if you've got 1,000 people going to court on that one day, right? Right,
yeah.
you're making like. You're charging them £140 a person, right?
No, we charge £70. I'm just saying some councils charge 140. Right. We charge £70 and £20.
So,
we only charge on accounts where there's only £250 or less.
So you actually make like something like £7,000 for every court hearing.
We don't make that. That's our costings. That's how much we have to pay a certain amount to the court. For the issue of the summonses and the granting of the liability orders, and then we have to obviously send the letters out ourselves. This is all costings that are detailed down. So no, we don't make that money.
Well,
that money is what it costs for us to issue a court summons.
Well, what do you have to say about the two High Court rulings that there should be no charge above £3?
No. There's no High Court ruling at all that says that. The ruling it states that they have to make that the costs have to be not excessive and reasonable costs, and that you have to provide evidence and a breakdown of all the costings, which we now do.
So what you're telling me in effect. So what you're telling me in effect, right, is the man you sent to court, right, for every case that he deals with. He's worth £70 an hour a case.
No, not at all. No, it's not just the amount. It's just not the courts. It's just not the time it takes to take the courts. It includes the producing of the summonses. We have to pay to have those produced. We have to issue them. We have to send them out. It's the man hours that we take on issuing the letters prior to the hearing as well. It's numerous costs. The cost of the computer system and producing the documents. There are numerous costs. It's not just the fact that we send someone down or stick something in an envelope. There are numerous costs that we have to charge.
Well, could you send me a breakdown of what they are then, please?
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a detailed breakdown that's available to anyone, so I can send you a breakdown of those costs. That's no problem at all.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Harris, for your time, and trying to educate me on the criminal activities of the criminal cartel. I hope you have a most wonderful day, and I expect to see my money in my bank that you stole by the weekend.
Okay, yeah, it should be in there by Friday. Okay, sir?
What will you do about any interest or so? Because like, if I had an overdraft at my bank, right, I'd be charged interest. So
Okay, well, we're now in a position to do that because we don't sort of gain interest on the money, because the money that's collected in goes straight back into the services we provide. So we don't get any interest on any of that money. So it goes. So we don't charge you any. We don't charge any. We don't gain any interest. On that money.
if it was in your
money that's put back into the services to the people of Nottingham.
if it's been in your bank, you will have accrued interest. So how about paying me interest on money you've stole?
Well, we didn't steal it.
You did.
It was done lawfully, sir. We had a liability order granted by the magistrate's court legally, and to do those deductions from your account. So we did that.
Oh well, all I can say is you'll be on Comedy Hour soon. Have a nice day.
Okay, well that's fine, and I'll get the detailed costings out in the post to you today. So
Thank you very much.
No problem.
And say hi to Johnny Boy, won't you?
To who, sorry?
Johnny Boy, the elected leader.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Yeah, I don't really know him, but no, that's okay.
Bye bye.
Okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
Debt Free TV, in association with GetOutOfDebtFree.org.